Emergency response planning, ERP, in facility management is a critical and systematic approach to preparing for and responding to potential emergencies or unforeseen incidents within a facility. This comprehensive planning process is designed to safeguard the well-being of individuals, protect property, and minimize the environmental impact of emergencies. The significance of ERP lies in its ability to establish clear procedures, allocate resources effectively, and facilitate a coordinated response during crises. Here's a step-by-step guide along with practical scenarios to help you understand the importance of quick and effective responses. Step 1. Identify potential emergency scenarios. The first step in emergency response planning is the identification and assessment of potential risks and hazards that could lead to emergencies. This involves a thorough analysis of the facility's operations, infrastructure, and surrounding environment. Common risks include fires, chemical spills, natural disasters, medical emergencies, and security incidents. Understanding these potential scenarios is crucial for developing tailored response strategies. You can use a risk assessment tool or consult with experts to help you with this step. Fire scenario. Identify potential fire hazards in the facility, including electrical equipment, flammable materials, and cooking areas. Simulate a small fire using a controlled environment. Participants must respond by activating fire alarms, using fire extinguishers, and evacuating the area.
Chemical spill scenario.
Identify areas where hazardous chemicals are stored or used. Develop procedures for containing spills and notifying the appropriate authorities. Simulate a chemical spill with a harmless substance. Participants must follow spill response protocols, including wearing appropriate PPE, isolating the area, and initiating cleanup procedures. Medical emergency scenario. Identify locations of first aid stations, AEDs, automated external defibrillators, and emergency exits. Train personnel in basic first aid and CPR. Simulate a medical emergency, e.g., heart attack, injury, and have participants respond by calling for help, administering first aid, and coordinating with emergency medical services. Natural disaster scenario. Assess the facility's vulnerability to natural disasters and develop evacuation plans. Conduct an earthquake or flood drill, prompting participants to drop, cover, and hold on during an earthquake or follow evacuation routes during a flood simulation. Step 2. Develop emergency response procedures. Once potential risks are identified, the next phase of ERP involves the development of a comprehensive emergency response plan. This plan serves as a blueprint for how the facility and its personnel will react to various emergencies. Key components of the plan include clear communication protocols, designated evacuation routes, assembly points, and specific roles and responsibilities for individuals involved in the response effort. A well-constructed ERP ensures that everyone within the facility understands their role and knows how to respond swiftly and effectively in the face of an emergency. Evacuation procedures. Evacuation planning is a critical aspect of ERP, especially in scenarios where the safety of individuals within the facility is compromised. Evacuation routes, assembly points, and procedures for accounting for all personnel are outlined in the emergency response plan. Special consideration is given to individuals with mobility challenges, and facilities must have a system in place to assist them during evacuations. Establish evacuation routes, assembly points, and procedures for accounting for all personnel. Conduct an unannounced evacuation drill to test the effectiveness of evacuation procedures and the assembly point. Communication protocols. Communication is a linchpin in ERP. Establishing reliable and efficient communication channels is imperative for successful emergency response. This includes internal communication among facility staff, as well as external communication with emergency services, neighboring facilities, and relevant authorities. Develop a communication plan, including methods for alerting personnel, notifying emergency services, and communicating with external stakeholders. Simulate a scenario where communication systems are disrupted. Participants must use alternative communication methods to relay important information. They compile a list of emergency contacts, including internal response team members, local emergency services, and key stakeholders. Test the emergency contact list by having participants contact relevant parties during a simulated emergency. Step 3. Training and education. Training and awareness programs are integral components of ERP. All facility personnel must undergo regular training to familiarize themselves with emergency procedures, the location of emergency equipment, and the use of safety resources. This training contributes to a culture of preparedness, empowering individuals to respond calmly and efficiently during crises. Step 4. Emergency response team. Emergency response teams play a pivotal role in ERP. These teams are comprised of trained individuals with specific roles and responsibilities in emergency situations. Common teams include first aid teams, fire response teams, hazardous materials response teams, and search and rescue teams. Regular training, simulation exercises, and ongoing education ensure that these teams are well prepared to execute their duties effectively. Regular drills and training exercises are conducted to test the effectiveness of communication systems and ensure that everyone is familiar with the protocols during emergencies. Step 5. Evaluation and continuous improvement. Regular review and updating of the ERP are essential to keep the plan current and relevant. As facilities evolve, so do potential risks and response strategies. Periodic reviews ensure that the ERP reflects the latest advancements in technology, changes in facility operations, and lessons learned from previous incidents or exercises. Continuous improvement is the hallmark of a robust ERP. Step 6. Community engagement. ERP extends beyond internal response capabilities. It involves collaboration with external agencies and emergency services. Establishing relationships and communication channels with local fire departments, medical services, and relevant authorities is crucial for a coordinated and effective response. Facilities often engage in joint exercises and drills with these external partners to enhance interoperability.